Hey everybody, welcome to my new YouTube channel, Sailing Fujin. Behind me is my new 1981 Catalina 30. A couple of days ago, my dad and I just brought her down from Marina del Rey, and now she sits here in her new slip in Cabrillo Marina, San Pedro, California. I'd also like to add that my now ex-girlfriend dumped me about a month ago out of nowhere, and I decided, what better time to have a midlife crisis purchase than now, and what better midlife crisis purchase than this? A couple things about the previous owner. He worked in a boatyard in Marina del Rey, and he had unlimited access to all of these assets and to all of these materials, so he did a really good job in restoring this boat. He redid the decks, all the standing rigging is brand new, the engine has been completely rebuilt, it has 9 hours on it. This thing's ready to go weekend cruising. But the problem is that's not what I want to do. I want to start exploring the coast. I want to go to Mexico. I want to see the Sea of Cortez, and this boat is just not ready for that yet. So there's a lot of things we need, like an anchor windlass. We need a Dodger. We need DC refrigeration. It does have solar as a 275 watt solar panel, which is a huge plus because that's very expensive. But we still need to do all these projects, and I expect this to take at least a year to get this boat ready to go. So we're going to be doing weekly episodes of DIY projects, just getting this thing ready to go off-grid. Now, a little disclaimer here, this is not a how-to channel, this is not an instructional video. I have no idea really what I'm doing when it comes to fiberglass boats. So this is all just like kind of experimental, trial and error kind of thing. And it's entertainment for you, and you could probably learn from my mistakes and maybe leave some comments on how to do things better as we go along. But anyways, the owner decided to let me have the dinghy and the outboard that came with the vessel a couple weeks before I signed the title. So we're gonna jump back in time a couple weeks before I even delivered this boat to the slip, and we're gonna review some of those projects I did with the dinghy and the outboard. Okay guys, just like that, we're back in time. I have yet to sign the title for the boat, but I have put down a cash deposit to the seller. And for that, he has let me take the dinghy from him and the dinghy outboard. So here I have it in the back of my truck. I went to go get it yesterday from him. So today we're going to see if we can get it running. The motor hasn't been started in 3 years. Not really sure what we're going to run into, but we're going to open her up in my carport here and see what we got. After a very thorough inspection of our outboard motor, I realized it was going to take more than just a carburetor cleaning to get this thing running. Unfortunately, the nearest Suzuki Marine store is more than an hour away in Newport, so I had quickly changed my plans and pulled out the inflatable to take a look at that. It didn't take long to realize that this thing was going to need a very good scrub. She was covered in mold and mildew and all kinds of other growth. I decided to pull out the old car soap and car rags to give her a good scrub and wash down. After a while, we had to move on to our second line of defense, which was Mr. Clean's Magic Erasers. These things did a pretty good job at getting all the grime and gunk off, but there was still a good amount of black residue left over from after the cleaning. Our third line of defense was the tile cleaner and bleach. This stuff finally did the trick here, removing all the black marks and the rest of the mold off of the dinghy. The bleach really did wonders after letting it soak for a little bit of time. After it was all said and done, the dinghy was looking pretty spick and span, and it was on to the next project. Okay, so I let the dinghy sit out for a couple days to see if I could find any leaks, and sure enough, the port side had a good leak in one of the chambers. So I busted out the soapy water and began to spray her down to see if I could find the leak. Sure enough, on the port chamber, I pinpointed where the leak was coming from, and there was a good amount of bubbles coming from it, so it was easy to spot. After finding the leak, I busted out the Sharpie and cleaned her up and made sure I would not forget where the leak was. So I went ahead and circled the area where the leak was coming from. After doing a little bit of research, I found a PVC glue supplier from the website actually off of the dinghy manufacturer Newport Vessels. So I went ahead and ordered this little dinghy glue that was only about $13 and hoped it would arrive soon. Alright everybody, it's 2 days before New Year's Eve. I took this Friday to kind of go shopping a little bit and grab some things that I wouldn't be able to get to on a Saturday. So right now I'm working on the V-berth. Today I went over to a foam shop and picked up a 3-inch memory foam topper to put on top of these mats here, so it's a little bit more comfy. It was pretty cheap. I got it for less than $200 at this like industrial warehouse. The guy cut it up for me and everything. All I did was I brought in the mats. I brought in these mats here, and he just measured them up and cut it up for me. So yeah, pretty easy. I'm about to, take that in here and roll it all out. But yeah, we're making progress. I'm probably not going to make the whole bed today because I'm kind of deep cleaning the boat. I'm going to take apart all the other couch cushions and clean them all up and dust everything, so I don't really want the dust and dirt to get all over the brand new sheets. So yeah, I'll probably just throw the new foam topper on here and wait till tomorrow to make it look all nice. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm sorry if it was kind of loud and there's an obnoxious cruise ship out there right now. They usually don't dock the cruise ships out here. Let me show you. They've been going ape shit all day. There she is.
Want somebody who?
Yeah, pretty obnoxious. So hopefully they leave here soon and they don't come back for a while. Hey, good afternoon everybody. It has been a couple days since we put the mattress topper in the V-berth. Recently I've discovered in a little cabinet just forward of the V-berth and just after the anchor chain locker, there is a little compartment that has a little bit of mold in there. So what we're going to do today is get that mold out. We got our respirators, we got our gloves, we got goggles, and we got our bleach. So without further ado, we're just going to get in there and get rid of that mold. Okay guys, that's going to be it for this week. Thanks for tuning in to check out our new YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps us in the beginning stages of launching our YouTube channel. We'll be launching new videos every Sunday, so be sure to tune in back then. And next week we will actually be doing some work on our toilet, so we'll be replacing a couple valves and getting rid of the urinal in the head and also replacing some hose. So be sure to tune in next Sunday to check that one out. And thanks again guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next Sunday.